Bay Area. You won it again? Oh, baby! What a win for the Niners. And what a performance from Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. This defense, one of the best regular season wins in the last 30 years. They go to the city of brotherly love. They go on the Lincoln Financial Field. You didn't have a great first quarter. Hell, you're minus yards in the first quarter. And you come out and you score touchdowns on 6 straight possessions. And like the Cowboys, the Eagles get 42 points dropped on their head, and that's a warning shot, folks. The Niners are here. They're back. They are Super Bowl contenders, and yes, it is real. Good morning, everybody. Getting off your graveyard shift. We are so fired up for this episode of The Morning Roast. Joe Shasky back from Las Vegas. We got Lubman. We got Spinoni. We got your calls, 888-957-9570. I just want your overall thoughts on the game. We're going to break down everything, Shasky. Deebo, Purdy, McCaffrey, key points in the game, key third down conversions, the whole Dom and Greenlaw situation, and that little security guard who wanted to inject himself into the football game. We're going to get into everything. But what a win yesterday for the San Francisco 49ers.
What a freaking beatdown. You went to Philly, dropped 40+. The 40 effing Niners were absolutely physical with an F, Jim Harbaugh. Are you kidding me? Fred Warner, Trey Greenlaw. First off, the Draymond Greenlaw memes that are out there right now, as we morph Draymond Green and Trey Greenlaw together, I love that, man. I love that, man. That team came to play. It was shaky. They were on the ropes early. B, I'm going to go right here. Let's start right here. When you write a check as big as Deebo wrote, you better come ready to cash it. And that man put together an all-time, I'm cashing the check on your you-know-what I've ever seen. That was the 48-yard touchdown pass over the middle. I mean, are you
tackles for my linebacker?
Then the end around earlier in the game where his arms running like this. When he runs like this on the edges, you know someone's about to feel it. Ayuk was special in this game. That catch, that touchdown pass where he had both hands on it, that was an unbelievable catch because if they don't get that, I think the whole game plays out differently.
You know what key play for Ayuk?
Give it to me.
3rd and 7.
Thank you.
Up 21-13.
Thank you.
Crowd's going crazy. Eagles back in the game after the whole Dre Greenlaw situation. You're thinking, boy, they just lost Dre Greenlaw. Philadelphia's got energy. The crowd woke up. Simple first down throw. That's what number 1 wide receivers do. 3rd down, money down. That's what it is. It's the money down to extend drives. It is the key down in the NFL. It is difference between winning football games and losing football games. And Ayuk gets that 3rd down. Couple plays later, Deebo Samuel, 49 yards, 48 yards for the touchdown. Look, Deebo Samuel, and I want to say this. The tone was set. It wasn't set in the first quarter. It wasn't set in the second quarter. The tone was set the second the Niners got off that team bus and walked into the stadium. Because what I saw was Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Chase Young, Fred Warner, and a slew of 49ers wearing all black.
I agree.
They're wearing all black. And when you wear all black into a football game, you're going into a funeral and you're trying to kill a bird. And that's what they did yesterday. They killed another bird. And I said, oh, boy, they mean this. And then they come out for warm-ups, and Bradbury's doing his DB drills, and the Niners run right through it. They run right through it saying, no. This ain't January 29th. This isn't the NFC title game. This is a different bunch. And we're hungry for that 6th Lombardi. And so that tone was set the minute they left the hotel and walked off the team bus and went in that stadium with all black. And it was personal, and they play like it. Am I happy? Hell yeah, I'm happy. You know why I'm wearing this Deebo shirt today? And you set the tone last week by saysaying, Deebo better show up. And you weren't the only one. A lot of people were disappointed in Deebo talk.
I'm never doubting him again. No, I'm telling you.
Stop doubting the man.
2021, I told you, he's one of my favorite players of all times in terms of, like, I could plop him into the 70s, and I think he'd be a baller. I could plop him into the 90s, I think he'd be a baller. In the 2020s, absolute baller. I just know what he brings to the table. But there's times where he either gets hurt or maybe he just doesn't care as much.
Oh, he cared. Oh, he cares.
I'm never doubting this man ever again.
Listen.
And I'm going to tell him right now, Deebo, I apologize. I'm serious. I am never doubting you again. Get Fillmore Mike on the line. I want to talk to Fillmore Mike. Fillmore Mike said it. We are not soft. First play of the game.
We're not soft.
I thought it was Devontae. I wrote it down wrong. You said it's DeAndre Swift. when I saw Charvarius Ward
pop DeAndre Swift,
I said, oh, my God, it's going to be a body bag game.
Yeah, no, well, there's no doubt it's going to be a body bag game. There's no doubt about it. Now, Deebo Samuel. Because look,
Deebo,
Brock Purdy.
I'm telling you, bro.
I got some Brock Purdy
the
thoughts.
icing on the cake at the end, when he took that one to the house, who didn't want to put 40 up? Did you not want to put 40 up?
So Deebo Samuel, 4 catches, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving, another rushing touchdown.
And told them to go home.
3 carries, 22 yards. He was in multiple motions. Shanahan knows when you got Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey on the field at the same time, no, they're not redundant. You need both of these guys. These guys are playmakers, and they create gravity for others. And they create gravity for Brock Purdy, who right now, folks, I told you, at the SoFi Stadium.
He's got to be in the MVP conversation.
Well, the MVP's done. I mean, if he plays like he does, he's going to win the MVP.
Him and CFC should both finish top 5.
So, Brock Purdy, after week 2 against the LA Rams, Shasky, I thought, boy, I don't have to worry about the quarterback no more. After yesterday, I'm saying to myself, we got the quarterback for the next 5 years if this guy's healthy. Did he look a little rattled the first 2 possessions?
Sure.
Absolutely. You're running 5 wide, the pass rush coming at you. You got to get the ball out quick. You get one deflected, whatever. But once he settled into this football game, and we're going to get into all the air yards, all the yards, all his attempts are 9.6 yards or above. He's throwing for damn near 10 yards an attempt.
He was ripping it. The throw to Jennings was a perfect throw on 3rd and 5 for Jennings to get that touchdown.
What about the 3rd and 2 to McCaffrey down the left sideline?
The wheel route? Okay, and I hate to do this. How many times did we see Jimmy G miss that throw? No, I'm serious. Well, that was a huge moment in that game, and CFC doesn't go right, he doesn't go left. And I thought Greg Olson with the telestrator explained it perfectly. It's an option route where he usually goes left or right. Instead, he turned it upfield, and it was a perfect dime to the inside of the field where he kept going. To me, it was 2nd and 15. They were dead in the water. Dead in the water in the second quarter. They had full started, and he threw a little, not a check down, but like an out route to Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk to get the yardage back.
Yes, and now it's 3rd and 3. Yep. And Kittle boxed out on 3rd and 3, and Purdy stepped up and kind of surveyed the field and threw his 3rd option in George Kittle, and it got everyone going. It was
everything settled down. It was only a 4-yard catch.
Thank you.
But it was a 3rd and 3, and he gets it to George Kittle. And then on 1st down, they throw it again. Brandon Ayuk, 9 yards. And then you got Christian McCaffrey. He gets stuff. So now you got a 3rd and 1. A 3rd and 1 on that drive later on, because they had a couple 3rd down conversions that were just huge. Later on, the 3rd and 1, he hits Deebo for 13 yards.
Over the
middle.
And
it was like over the middle. And then you're like, okay, now let's get CMC rolling. Next play, 10 yards to CMC, right up to, because you know what? They started running east-west, run north-south, and hit these guys in the mouth. Because you know what Romo said on this show Friday? He said, I believe Philly's a little soft. And what I saw yesterday, yes, they are a little sharp and soft. If you get through that defensive line, their linebackers can't tackle.
Their linebackers aren't on our level.
Their secondary doesn't want to tackle. Nope. They're not ready for this game. They're not ready to tackle guys like Juwan Jennings and Deebo Samuel. And then you hit George Kittle with the play, I thought, a great design by Kyle Shanahan. He chips Hassan Reddick and it just leaks out to the flat. And Kittle's wide open.
It was basically
and he goes barreling down the field.
Sorry, I'm so excited. It was basically a screenplay, but with the chip to set it up. Yep. And Hassan Reddick early in the game was dominating, and they used his aggression against him. And Kittle, I thought Kittle made some tough catches in this game. Kittle was good. CMC, I can't. This is not
where do you want to go? You want to go CMC? You want to go Deebo?
Well,
you want to go Ayuk? You want to go Purdy? We have an embarrassment of riches out here in San Francisco.
How about Charvarius Ward in the end zone, knocking up multiple plays? I mean, I thought Charvarius Ward was excellent in this game. Aubrey Thomas was excellent. Diomino Lenore, is DeAndre Swift okay? No. That hit at the end. Why does Sirianni have his players in the game?
Well, who cares about what they do?
They were up 22, and Sirianni's throwing with Jalen Hurts after he just got back from the medical tent. I couldn't believe it.
When you're getting embarrassed and you're getting 40 dropped on you, you don't know what to do. Sirianni got a security guard. He's ejected.
Oh, that guy.
Sirianni,
why is that clown touching players?
Greenlaw gets ejected. Sirianni's not knowing what to do. Jalen Hurts should have never gotten into that football game.
Thank you.
Maybe they're chasing MVPs. I know Purdy isn't. I know the Niners aren't. They're chasing a Lombardi. Now, the individual accolades will come with that, but right now we're Operation Las Vegas. It hasn't been lost on us with the Super Bowl or bust season. Think about this, Shasky, with this football team. The rest of the way, the Niners will be favored in every single game they play the rest of the way.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about it the other way and going, how does Philly recover physically from a game like that?
I don't know.
Bonte, they got Dallas coming up. They got Seattle coming up. And because I'm looking at the number 1 seed, and I'm telling you, they're losing another game.
Yeah, they will.
They look beat up.
And we can't look ahead of Seattle, though.
No, we're not. No. I'm not. I'm looking at Philly. I'm just saying Philly because that's who we're chasing.
Yeah, no doubt. We're chasing Philly.
We're still chasing Philly.
And I don't care where we play Philly. We could play them back at the Link. We could play them at Levi's. We could play them on Mars. We're going to kick their ass again when we see them. We're going to kick their ass again when we see them. You know why? Because the next time we play them, they're going to try to run the ball. They abandoned a run so early in that football game, and they got pass happy. Became a one-dimensional team.
Yes.
And what I say, we talk about it all the time, Shasky. When a team becomes one-dimensional against this 49ers team, it's going to be trouble. Although I didn't think the pass rush was great yesterday, you got to give credit. You brought them up. Ambry Thomas, Deommodore Lenoir,
they were excellent.
Charvarius Ward, and the safety play. Now, Jair Brown missed some tackles early in that football game that led to big plays. He's got to clean that up. You can't whiff on tackles like that in space, especially against A.J. Brown. He did it on Devontae Smith on the 3rd and 19 play. However, that secondary had to cover for 5-6 seconds at a time because Nick Bosa and Lane Johnson, he's got a Lane Johnson problem.
Well, he did a spin move on him, and Lane grabbed him by the throat. I mean, I don't know. Look, I thought that the interior of the defensive line did a great job getting pressure up the gut. It's tough because Jalen Hurts, this is their offense yesterday. I don't know what – we'll see how they adjust. Right. Yesterday it felt like screens, slants, and broken plays.
Yep. That's it.
That's what it felt like. Hurts, run around, scramble, and make a play. And I thought the coverage was so good on the backside, the Niners suffocated and flushed Hurts to the sidelines, and there wasn't a lot of room. They also did a really good job mixing up who the spy was. One time it was Fred Warner. One time it was Gibson. One time it was Brown. One time it was Greenlaw. I thought Steve Wilks, can we give Steve Wilks some love?
Hey, how about
Can we give Steve Wilks some love?
Steve Wilks, this defense has been good all season. Steve Wilks was scapegoated for whatever reason during the 3-game losing streak. Steve Wilks is fine. And Steve Wilks may get a damn head coaching job with the way this defense is humming. Fred Warner, that play on Jalen Hurts on 3rd down where he just sat at home.
I love that.
He sat at home. That's linebacker play. When you go teach a high school football kid how to play linebacker, or if you want to go teach a kid in Pop Warner how to play linebacker, cue up that play on 3rd down where Fred Warner gets Jalen Hurts.
I agree.
That's how you break down, you don't panic, and you make a play. You allow your teammates to come in and funnel them back to him. What a play by Fred Warner, the best linebacker in football.
You know, watching Jalen, it's not sustainable to move around that much and run and rely. Your body is just going to take a toll. He's an excellent player. He's an excellent player. B, you got to slide. I know it's 3rd and whatever, and he's trying to get a first down. You got to go down. You got to go down. Like, you got twisted so bad. He's lucky a couple of things bad didn't happen to him on that play because you're asking for safeties and linebackers who are twisting you. They're going to come in, and it's just free time.
I got to shout out to YouTube and Twitch. I haven't done that yet this morning. Comcast Business Text Line. YouTube and Twitch, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. And listen, there's over 1,000 people watching on YouTube already at 6:19 in the morning.
That's because it's one of the biggest freaking wins for the Niners
People
in
are fired
years.
up. So I want to thank everybody on YouTube for waking up with the setting that alarm and watching us on YouTube and Twitch. By the way, it is a Monster Monday brought to you by First 5 California. To learn 4 things you could do to overcome toxic stress, go to first5california.com. Wolves the pivotal play. Who's your MVP of the game? There's a start with Deebo Samuel. Is it Christian McCaffrey? Because I think it's Christian McCaffrey.
How about the stutter steps?
Dude,
the patience?
His north-south running, Shasky.
Oh God.
This guy averaged against that Philadelphia front 5.5 yards per carry. 17 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. And another 3 catches for 40 yards.
After getting stuffed for the first handful of plays. Like, they did the pitch play. He lost like 5 yards on it. He had a stutter step run and then a cutback where he was so patient to let the blocks go. And then he broke through multiple tackles. This is the difference between the two teams right now. They don't have the linebackers that we have. And they're back. They're back. I think they're back.
The secondary?
I think it's better than they showed yesterday. They looked tired yesterday. But their linebacker play, where are they upgrading linebackers?
Yeah,
like
they're
ours?
not. They're not. Zach
Even
Cunningham
Oren
was
Burks,
out.
I think, would be a starter on that team.
Yeah, I think D.
right
Winters will probably start on that team. And they're talking about signing Shaq Harrison. Shaq Harrison has a back problem. Shaq Harrison's not going to make a difference. He really isn't. I swear he's not. So when you look at the linebacker play, again, I'll look back at the secondary. This secondary may be the biggest development. It's not Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy's playing at the elite level.
I can't believe
he's playing.
Thomas.
But Ambry Thomas.
I can't believe it.
Deommodore Lenoir, just a subtle move to get Deommodore Lenoir at the nickel. You replace Jimmy Ward and K'Wan Williams.
Yeah.
Because that's been the spot for the Niners that's been solidified with some of the best nickelback spot play in football the last 5 years with K'Wan Williams and Jimmy Ward. Deommodore Lenoir wearing that number 2. And remember the rookie minicamp
Yep.
when the Niners got fined for being too physical and he was out there making plays left and right? And now look at him. He's playing with that same type of physicality. Aubrey Thomas, you could leave him on the island in the end, and you know what? He may get beat a couple times, but he's in the right position.
Yeah.
He's in the right position. And Charvarius Ward is walking this game all the way up.
I love that they allowed some physicality downfield yesterday. And I love the fact that he was identifying the ball and still getting his hands up in there. I don't know. I thought it was a gritty playoff-like atmosphere. I know that Philadelphia, regular season, you got to do it. Like, no, I understand all that.
You know the great thing about the schedule, Shasky? The 49ers can't slip up. Seattle's on the way.
Yes.
Arizona with the Pittsburgh and won a football game. So now all of a sudden, when we go to the desert, we can't sleep on that division game.
I'm not sleeping
We got Baltimore on Christmas Day. We got to go to Washington. And then you got to play the Rams, who are all of a sudden, McVay and company are playing some ball. So you know what? This is a good thing for the 49ers. The schedule doesn't lighten up, and I love it like that.
God, you are so fired up.
I'm so fired up to Denver football. Going to Philadelphia and kicking their ass.
I love it.
Kicking their ass after all the smack talk, all the shenanigans they pulled. I hope every Niner fan there at the Lincoln Financial Field took videos of their fans leaving early. I hope you beat traffic, John Marks. I hope you beat traffic, Hugh Douglas. I hope you beat traffic, and I hope you have a great day out there in Philadelphia as you cry. I'm looking at all their fans, screenshot holding calls and penalties. Who's the crybabies now?
Well, if I watch Lane Johnson false start again, my God, he finally got called for one because it was so obvious. I just don't even start me. The Brock Purdy run where he shouldered the guy I couldn't, and then stiff arms dude going out of bounds. I jumped up. I said, Brock, I love you so much.
Brock Purdy.
I love Brock, dude. I'm telling you.
Brock Purdy.
I knew he was going to bounce back.
Brock Purdy. Sister Niners have come out of that bye week. They smoked Jacksonville 34-3, right? You come back home, you beat up on Tampa Bay. Now the game was a little closer than we all like, but they controlled that football game. Then you go to Seattle on Thanksgiving night, and you smack them up. They were never in the football game. Not one. Okay, maybe they made a little run in the third quarter. Things got a little hairy for a second, but the Niners rolled in that football game. And then you go to Philadelphia and you drop 42 on them, just like you did the Dallas Cowboys in front of a national televised audience. Hey, Brock Purdy, I hope you wore your hat backwards at the podium yesterday. I hope you wear your hat backwards every single time you talk to the media because you, my friend, look like a franchise quarterback. 19-27, 314 yards, and another 4 touchdowns. All right, and for everybody, because I get it, the MVP is a big deal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to diminish that.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy right now, he's the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. He's thrown for over 3,185 yards. He's got 23 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions. This guy's going to go, he's going to throw for over 30 touchdowns. This is what we're talking about for the quarterback position. So, folks, when we say he's playing better than Patrick Mahomes, just pop the tape in for Sunday Night Football and pop the tape in yesterday in Philadelphia.
And he looked a little rattled early. Like, not rattled, shaky.
Drives.
I'd say shaky early. Couple of bad throws. The team was dead in the water. And then he rebounds. They double up. They get the touchdown. Beautiful clock management right before halftime. They come out. They score again. It's 21-6, and then Philly responds, and it's 21-13. And you're like, what are they going to do? And I'm telling you, Purdy to Deebo changed the game right there. 48 yards. Bang. Touchdown. Then the Eagles go 3 and out. They get the ball back. And the third down throw to James. But I like the play just before that where he rolled out and there was no room. And he hit CMC for a little 5-yard pass. But I'm telling you, that Jennings pass was on the money. Because if he doesn't hit him with the ball placement, Jennings can't push dude off of him. Any weaker throw, and it's just a first down, not a touchdown. I'm telling you, Purdy responded multiple times yesterday. He wasn't perfect, but that's what playoff football looks like.
That's what it looks like. And you know what?
God, I would have win.
And defenses have another thing to worry about. All of a sudden, Juwan Jennings is a weapon.
Well, as a 3, he's perfect.
He's a weapon now. You can't sleep on him because you know what? You can't tackle the guy. He doesn't just go down with a stiff win. The guy is a maniac.
What was your favorite throw? Because the wheel route to me,
the wheel route to McCaffrey is great.
I almost, my heart almost jumped out of my chest.
I love the time he throws at Brandon Ayuk. I love the throws. I liked every damn throw. This guy.
Deebo, though.
I loved every throw. But you know what I love more so than anything? I love the fact that the Niners, on 6 straight possessions, scored touchdowns.
I wanted 50.
They scored touchdowns on 6 straight possessions.
How about the last one on the screen pass from Deebo?
I was like, you running it up.
Everyone.
I looked down for a second. I'd look up. I say, wait, let me rewind this.
No one wanted a piece of Deebo.
Nobody wanted to tackle. And Deebo backed it up.
I'm going nowhere. 888-957-957-957.
Well, the calls are lit up already. All right, we got over 1,000 on YouTube. We're going to get to everybody here. Jay in Florida. Matt in Indiana. We got Dom in New Jersey. We're going coast to coast. We got Dennis in Jersey. We got Duke in San Bruno. We got Uncle Gene up early. We got everybody's calls. We're going to get rat-a-tat-tat. It's your show today. You know how we roll after a Niners game. It's all about you, the fan, and how you feel about a beatdown yesterday, one of the best regular season wins in over 30 years. The Niners, they send a warning shot to everybody in the NFL, and especially those crybabies in Philadelphia. 42-19. Stand on something. You know what? The Niners stood on business yesterday. Wearing black Air Force Ones in the pregame warm-ups. What?